Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Change Collective podcast. So good to have each one of you here with us. Today, I have Ami Shah. She's done a Master of Social Work and she is neck deep, head deep, fully into the social sector, and she's doing incredible work. I'd love to hear a bit of your journey, what you're doing. Love for you to share with our audience.
Hi Ajit, as you said, I'm Ami. I'm a social worker by profession and having more than a decade of experience into corporate social responsibility. I would definitely like to share my journey, like how I came into the field. Generally, all the schools or all the higher standards have visits to the NGOs, meeting with people, meeting in the community. That was the time when I got involved and I started enjoying interacting with people. And after that, slowly and gradually, after my studies, I explored and I saw that there are courses on social work. So even my graduation, I have done it in human development and family studies. And after that, I came to know that yeah, there is masters of social work, and that clicked that I have to do this because I'm a people person. I like to work for the community. I like to give back to the community. So I pursued my studies into social work. And yeah, now with more than a decade of experience, as I said, I'm into corporate social responsibility. On the personal front, I have a kid. He's 7 years old. And during our free time, during the weekends, right now, presently, I'm learning chess with him. He's teaching me. So let's see how well I progress in that.
Beautiful. Thanks. All the best for your chess adventures. I'd love to hear, right, just from you think of a decade of experience in the social space. When you think of young Ami and today, I'm sure you would have had a very rosy picture of the social space. How has the journey been over the last decade? Can you take us through just how you have grown in the space and a bit of your journey in the social space?
Sure, definitely. I started working in the education sector during the start of my career. And now, presently, I'm in both education as well as the health sector. There are long term projects going on, there are short term projects going on with the organizations I work. On personal front, also, I'm contributing in some form or the other. I'm helping my friends, my families in designing projects, designing plans to give back to the community. But there are few projects which I would definitely like to share here. One is the project which I began with. That is the project which I'm never going to forget because that was my first one. It was a scholarship program from the first organization. I started my journey with Torrent Power, and it was a scholarship program. And that was the time I got an opportunity to work with 50 to 53 college students, graduate students. And it was a project for 3 years completely, from the entry to the exit, from mentoring them to teaching them English to answering their questions on peer pressure or anything, whatever comes up. So those were the things which we used to handle. And I designed the project when I started, and we used to assign the kids different types of mentors on their area of interest from the organization. So they had one-on-one mentoring programs. We had arranged English speaking classes for them, for the people who were weak, who were unable to communicate. Then we had on-job trainings for them during the sessions only. So they would be able to answer, like, that if I'm entering the CA program, what are the questions which will come? We had a CA from our organization mentoring all the students. Like, there were so many things. We did it in the period of 3 to 4 years. And we did handholding of each and every student. And that was my role there, that I had to know all the things from all the students. So you wake me up in the night and you ask me, what is Rohan doing? What is Roma doing? So that impact has created from their college days. So I would not forget that. And the second is, right now, presently, it's a huge project what we are doing in the health sector. In India, like, for the arthritis patients, we don't have a support center. So our organization is working for arthritis patients. We have started a support center for the arthritis patients in Jaipur, Rajasthan. So learning how the support center works, how it functions on broader levels, understanding the Western culture and implementing it here in the Indian context was a challenge. But we did it and we are succeeding. It is almost a year and the center is up and running. So there are challenges every day. The patients flowing in for the physiotherapy sessions, for counseling sessions, the personal traumas which they have gone through. Like the husband is not supporting, the family is not understanding what are the problems because the disease cannot be seen. So we try to manage, and we are working on that. So that is a very beautiful experience at present, that a center up and running, and we are planning to open a new center here in Gujarat, also in Ahmedabad. So let's see how it functions. So I'm involved in the end-to-end journey from finances, arranging the employees, hiring. So yeah, we are arranging for volunteers, for patient support leaders. We are trying to work on that. So that all I'm trying to manage, meet all the ends from everywhere with the support of my team.
Nice. Brilliant. Absolutely love that. And I love that a decade in, you're still hands-on. I think it's so easy the longer we stay in the sector to become what they call armchair professionals, right? But I love that you're still connected. Like you have stories from your first project. I'm sure you still have stories from these projects of, people who walk in every day to the center. And one thing I love is that you have picked a very niche area, right? Because sometimes focus can be very broad, but this time focus is very niche. You're saying, hey, this is what we want to solve in our backyard. And I think just giving back to our own community sometimes is such a powerful thing. And I love that you're doing that as a CSR program. We'd love to understand also for you all, how are you seeing the people in the organization get involved? Like you said, volunteers, how are people volunteering? How is that going? And what are some programs you all are going there?
Generally, how does it work is any successful employee volunteering program is a great way to give back to the community. Like all the organizations for that matter try and attempt to reap the benefits of employee engagement in some way or the other. But nowadays I have seen is organizations are becoming more and more active into employee engagement or doing the volunteering activities. They give the volunteer time off, and it is a paid time off. Like you can go on the Saturdays or Sundays and you'll be compensated for it. So the employee feels, that you're part of the organization's vision, the culture. That is one thing. Then there are group volunteerings also, which is happening. The organization prepares a survey, like what you're interested in, how you want to perform. Purely you want to do it 3 times a year or 4 times a year. What is the availability of the employee, the volunteer? And then they decide that the volunteer wants to go into the field of animals, or this volunteer wants to be a part of the health sector. And then we divide them. That like there are 10 people and we will send them to an NGO or an old age home or whatever is their area of interest. That is also happening. Then there are volunteer committees also. Like whoever is good or more active, so they become the committee members, the committee leaders, and then they try to arrange other meetings, that weekly once there has to be sessions from the volunteer side, or twice in a month or fortnightly, depending on the situation of the organization and the volunteer. So that is also going on. And then there are donations. That is the one easy way which an organization prefers to do. But not all the organizations do it. Matching the donations of 1 day salary from the volunteer, or if it is a paid thing, if volunteer is donating 2 hours or 3 hours, they match the amount of salary, 1 hour salary or 2 hours salary. Then there is a collaborative projects also going on, that the organization and a particular NGO or another organization come hand in hand, design the projects on the vision of CEO or the executive committee, and then they plan projects and the volunteers flow in. And there are awareness campaigns which definitely go on always. Mass awareness campaigns like running, rallies. But those are like one-time activities, and that is just, for mass awareness.
I love that. And I love that there's so many different ways in which people can get involved, right? Because different volunteers be passionate about different ways of getting involved. Can I ask, what are some of the challenges you faced when working with volunteers in the organization? And I'm sure you've seen this over the last decade of experience. What are some of the things you said, hey, we've had to work at this to really crack it in terms of working with volunteers?
The challenges what we faced is from both the ends. That is from the organization point of view also and from the employees point of view also. Generally, organizations, when they begin with the volunteering process, they follow the tested ways, the copy paste way. Yeah, so and so organization is doing this and they have got success, let's follow it. So that is a limitation what I have seen over the period of time. That doesn't work many a times with your organization also, because it has to be in line with your vision, your mission, your CSR policies. So the employees would be able to connect also that, yeah, my organization is working for arthritis, for example. So we need to work on that. So that is one of the challenges which is there, which we can see. Then there are pet projects which are going on. Like just in my past organization, it was there that the complete focus of a volunteer program is on an individual's preference. But that doesn't work. Like if I'm not interested, I will definitely be of it because I'm part of the organization. But that doesn't work. So that is giving your presence in volunteering and not feeling good about it from the volunteer point of view. And that is a sad thing, that yeah, I'm giving my time, my energy, and it's not working. And then I have seen in other organizations that volunteering is made mandatory. I would definitely not recommend that, because yeah, you want manners, you want more people to get involved, you want to show it, but it has to come from within. Over the period, I have learned that it has to come from within. If I'm not having the feeling, it is not going to work. So any project I do, like the organization doing any project, small or big, if the volunteer is happy that yeah, I'm interested in this project, yeah, then you should go for it. But there are pros and cons of both the sides, of the organization, from the volunteers. So yeah, it works hand in hand. And there are other things also. On the lighter note is, there are volunteers who are just going on to take photographs. Few of the challenges from both the ends, but I think that's okay till things are working and ball is rolling and the community is getting benefited in some or the other way.
Yeah,
it has to be the goal.
Absolutely, yeah. I think volunteering has that piece of someone giving, someone receiving, and I think sometimes volunteers also don't appreciate how much they receive in that process. Right? Volunteering is, as much as we give, we also get so much back just from that relationship, whether it's with the beneficiary or if you're doing something for the environment, or like we said, from animals, whichever area you're volunteering in, right? Definitely agree with you on that. I can ask you quickly, for you personally, right, when you look at your journey, when you think of how you've been in this space, if you were to go back and have a conversation with young Ami, right, what advice would you give young Ami as someone now with a decade of experience in this space? What would you tell young Ami when she was starting, if she was starting out today?
Okay, there are so many things, definitely I would like to say. But yeah, it might sound cliche, but over the period of time and after the pandemic hit, the first thing is you have to take care of your physical and your mental health. Utmost priority. Nothing else matters. If that is there, everything is going to work. So, and here I would like to share an experience, my personal journey also, that during the pandemic, it was bad for everyone, frankly. But there was a time when my husband had shortness of breath. And we panicked because that was during the first, no one knew what to do. So yeah, with the help of doctors and with the healthcare professionals, things got touchwood. He did not have COVID that time, but there were other issues. And that was the time when we realized that we need to work on our health. And we both were really overweight, frankly. I'm not supposed to say, but yes, that is the fact. And we almost, in the period of 3 to 4 months, we lost 12 to 15 kgs of weight. So that is a learning that, yeah, health is the priority. You keep on running because that is your age. You have to build your career, You have to look after your family, and somewhere down the line, things trickle down, and mental health and physical health, it's not important. So pandemic, that was the learning basically. And always from that time, that was the time I realized that learning and personal growth is very essential. You need to read, you need to keep on updating yourself with the latest things, whatever is going on. Because or else it's not going to work in any field for that matter. It may be CSR or it may be chess. Because I told you, I don't know how to play chess. So I am updating myself. I read it on Google how to play. So I don't sound dumb with my kid that my mother doesn't know it's not an elephant, it is called a rook. So yeah, those are the things. So you need to keep on doing that. Another thing is you need to have strong relations at personal front or in the office or anywhere you go. You need strong relations. At the end, they are there in your thick and thin, and that is the thing what we have seen, that your family is there to support you in any time. So family is utmost priority. Your friends, your family, try to build a huge community. And there are so many opportunities these days, but they have to be genuine, they have to be safe. So those all things also need to be taken care of. And yeah, you don't have to be hard on yourself. If it's not working, it's not working. Because many a times it happens, like I'm a very particular person, I'm a very punctual person, that if you're saying that there is a meeting at 12 o'clock, I am there at 12. If you're saying there is an event which is supposed to start at 6 o'clock, I am there. So that is, I'm being hard on myself because people are not there, and then that pressurizes me. So that is the thing, which I have learned, that yeah, chill, relax. Till you are on time, till you have done your part, you need to move on and you have to relax. So those are few things I try to tell my past, okay, things are going to work.
Nice, love that. Health, family, friendships, and be kind to yourself. I love that. I think I once heard someone tell me that your body is the only home you can never move out of. And I think, like you said, just taking care of that, both the mental side of it, the physical side of it, is so important. I think for all of us, that's I love that you and your husband are on that journey together, right? I think that's also very powerful, that you're together as a family. That's a core value you now hold. That's a core belief. It's seen in your practices and the way you live. And so
and like we have not even stopped even today.
Nice.
Things what we have learned from the pandemic, we are following it. We run every day. We exercise every day. We eat home food majority of the time. When we are traveling, that's a separate thing. Or there are certain rules which we have made and we try to stick to it just to maintain good health.
Nice, love it. Excellent. So when you look forward, Ami, like I think you've grown a lot personally in your journey as a working professional, as a mother, as a wife, as a human. When you look forward, what do you see as part of your journey, as part of your future plans, work-wise? What do you all want to accomplish? And would love to hear a bit of that.
Future plans, over the period of time, I have learned many things professionally, yes. But now my future goals are very precise, to be part of the decision-making processes which can benefit the community at the end of the day. There are 17 development goals given by the UN. How well are we working on that? So we need to ask that question to us as an organization or as a group or the people serving the community. Eradicating poverty, correct. Working on climate change, correct. What are we doing? Larger group. We need to ask those questions to ourselves, and I'm going to try to work on that in some way or the other. Like to frame policies for my organization or frame policy for other organizations which are in need, or developing a plan in such a manner that it is going to benefit the community in some way or the other. In our health sector specifically, which I'm talking. So they wait in the lines in the hospitals, making them more and more aware, having camps, having awareness sessions with them on larger community, involving people, involving big short heads who people look up to. For example, if someone is following a celebrity coming and talking on arthritis, it is going to benefit. Sachin Tendulkar talking about arthritis, that yeah, exercise is important, but arthritis is part of it. Like, it is going to affect. People are going to listen to him. Those are the goals, future goals, to spread more and more awareness, and which has to benefit the community at the end of the day. I like to travel. I have almost traveled 11 to 12 countries and looking forward to travel more and more. Meet new people, because from the first travel till today's travel, when I traveled for the first time, that was the travel planned by someone else. Today when I travel, I plan my whole itinerary, even for a month. So that is the change which has come over the period of time. And in future, I'm going to talk to more and more people when I go out, when I move out. These days there is Airbnb. There are so many things where you can sleep on the couch of other people. Just safety is important, yes, understand. But meeting new people, understanding the culture is very beautiful. So going to do that in future. Going to have a solo trip, which I have not had yet. Looking forward for that also.
Nice, love it. Family trips and solo trip. Travel is number one on the agenda. And thank you so much for time together. Absolutely inspired by who you are as a person and also the work you're doing, right? I think just in the space of arthritis and the awareness you're able to create and the impact is absolutely inspiring. If you have any message to send people out there, to the average person who wants to make a difference, what would that be?
A simple and sweet message is, I would definitely request all the people, all the viewers, to contribute to the society in whatever form you can. And in physically, financially, emotionally, everyone has their forte. Please try to work on it and contribute to the society. Like, everyone is seeing these days that there are so many things happening on climate change. You can contribute to that in some way by just switching off a light when you move out of the room. It's just a small example, but yeah, it creates an impact at the end of the day. So it has to begin from you. You cannot think, yeah, that's okay, he's not doing it. What impact am I going to create? No, it's not like that. Me being in the field from such a long time, even a small gesture works in any form. Like, you go in the ocean, on the water world, there are so many fishes dying, so many water bodies dying. So we need to work on that. Do a group project, take your friends out on a beach, on an ocean, or a sea, wherever, whatever is near to you. Just clean up a small area. There are so many things. You'll enjoy that process also. You'll be able to spend time with your friends or family, and you're contributing to the society in some way, which is going to benefit. So yeah, that's the message which I would like to share. It is a request to contribute to the society in whatever form you want.
Nice. Absolutely love that. Thank you so much. And what a good note to end on, that all of us through small actions can make a big difference. Thank you so much for spending time with us, and all the best for the future, all the best for your travels, and all the best for your work. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ajit. Thank you for inviting me.
Great. Thanks, everyone. Hope you enjoyed this episode, and we'll see you next week.